I'm Indiana, and this is an instructional video for vegetation monitoring. This protocol's main focus is providing a standardised methodology for measuring the effects of climate change on forest growth, vitality and function. Repeated annual vegetation census provide us with robust data that can detect a 1% change in above ground biomass within a local site in a short time period. This is achieved by using 6 1-hectare plots, and this model protocol can address the following questions such as these. In a local environment, vegetation plots should be stratified to increase the diversity of vegetation being measured. As shown here, there are conditions at which the plots must adhere before approval, such as a 500 metre buffer zone, 100 metres from all access points, and should be of homogeneous soil type and free from water loss. With approval, the plot placement investigation can occur. This is summed up in the following points. If environmental conditions and mapped out plot locations are unsatisfactory, then plot relocation occurs, meaning new submission and approval. During pre-sampling, some of the equipment used includes the following. 2 to 3 well-trained technicians are needed to collect data and spend 3 to 5 days surveying and establishing plots. The crew must be able to read compasses of climate meters, measure distance and record data. Next is marking out the 2 baselines of vegetation plots, plus 1100 metre perpendicular lines. These baselines are crucial as they are the major lines for which all other lines are measured and checked from whilst recording their bearings. There are 3 key roles for data collection such as the diameter taker, node taker and painter. Accuracy and precision of diameter measurements are improved by error calibration. These are achieved by the following, and the reasons for such large differences could be due to bark, pollen, or other irregularities. All vegetation plots must be censored and measured within a 4 to 5 week period during the dry season. The equipment used during the first census includes the following, such as tapes, clipboards, paints, nails, and so on. The next step is to check the calibration tape is correct and not stretched before each plot is measured. Compare 300 mm of the diameter tape with an aluminium tape. If the reading is 945 mm or more, then the tape is stretched and needs to be replaced. Each 1 hectare plot is also divided into 25 subplots. Stems of diameter is 10 cm or greater are measured, and this is known as the mark point of measurements. Painting as tagging is done so that all markings are on one side when the crew will pass. This helps identify when a series of 5 plots starts and ends, and also helps with annual recensus. Subplots can be split down into 4 quadrants as seen in the diagram, and these 4 quadrants lead into anti-clockwise stretch to the next subplot. This allows for easier processing of stems. Stems are measured at the height of 1.3 metres, clearing off any loose bark, moss or bananas. The correct side of the tape is shown perpendicular around the main axis of the tree, and other steps include recording the diameter, marking the pom, and placing a tag in the tree at 1.6 metres. Problem trees can have irregularities which can affect the diameter measurement and should have a proper condition code within the field form. Trees with buttresses, stilt roots, flooded trunks or spines are measured 50 cm above the affected area. If it occurs all over the tree, the measure is normal given a condition code. Damaged trees are measured 2 cm below the affected area. Fallen, leaning, prostrate or trees on a slope are measured on the uphill side of the tree and on the inside of the lean and recorded as normal. Dying trees with sprouts are recorded as normal but given a condition code. Trees with multiple stems 10 cm or greater are measured and given an individual stem ID. Linears and strangle figs are pulled away from the trees, measured and sequentially numbered. Taller trees require ladders, thus are measured last. At the end of the first census, X and Y coordinates are determined. These identify the tree's location within a plot and are generated by the team network once the bearings and distance from each stem is submitted. All data and measurement error from the first census is uploaded to the team data website. Recensus occurs the following year during the same 4 or 5 week period during the dry season. All stems and lianas tagged during the first census are all remeasured. All new stems and lianas are all identified, measured, painted, tagged, and location documented. During the recensus, the equipment used is exactly the same as what was used during the first census to conduct stem measurements. Error estimation is re-estimated to ensure quality and comparability of the data with the previous year. New diameters is compared with the previous year's data. It is significantly different than no takeaway measures. Error is detrimental for annual growth measurements results. Therefore, stems are repainted and tagged if they have lost their markings, been damaged, or lost their tags. Newly damaged stems are noted that they are alive, recording the cause of damage. If their stem is less than 10 cm in diameter, the tag is left in for recensus in case of regrowth or resprouts. Pom is moved 50 cm high on stems with buttresses or other irregularities moving closer to the pom. This maintains annual measurements, and both the before and after poms are recorded. Dead trees with no resprouts are measured over the next 3 censuses in case they may resprout, and the cause of death is also recorded. Measuring the new X and Y coordinates for the recensus is the exact same process as what was done during the first census. Also, the recensus data is also uploaded to the team website page which is the same process as what was done during the first census. This protocol has strengths and weaknesses. The strengths are this protocol works best on a large scale and is easy to set up with repetitive steps. Also, because it's on a large scale, it provides a large range of vegetation sampling. Also, measuring on an annual scale, this gives enough time for the vegetation to regrow and provide evidence for data. The weaknesses include, because it's on such a large scale, it only provides a 1% change in the buffet biomass. If the plots of size were increased and the stem diameters were only to 5 cm, this might be better with increasing results. Also, this is a human-dependent investigation, and if the crew are not trained properly, this may lead to detrimental errors for the data for later on. This concludes the instructional vegetation monitoring. Thank you.